Yes, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Tales of Heroes number 24. This is going to be a fantastic show for you because, ladies and gentlemen, we can turn off the fog of war. Hallelujah! Big shout out to the guy who made that. Buck something?
Bucky Boy.
Bucky Boy, there you go. There's my intolerable co-host, Vitensby. Welcome to the program.
Intolerable.
Hey, I had to come up with something on the top of my head. That's the first adjective that sprung there, so don't worry about it.
Well, that's not good. I must not be doing too good then. But, yeah, this
I don't mean it. Oops. Okay, so.
Well, this game features myself as allies using the strat that I pretty much always use on this map. I've used it since 1.2 versus Need More Manpower.
All right.
As Axis.
You've used it since 1.2 against Need More Manpower every time?
Yeah, you can say that every time. Only this guy. Yeah,
this is my exclusive destroy Need More Manpower strat. So we talked about this on the show, and this is so. If you want to hear more details specifically about this strategy, go listen to the audio discussion show. It's at the very end, called Vitensby's Strategy of the Week. We also had a great rundown of our visit to the Relic Open House on the audio show. It was simply amazing, and we found out a lot of cool info, and if you want to hear about it, you're going to have to go and check out the audio discussion show, tales.tsncentral.com, tales.tsncentral.com. I think that was one of the longest shows we've ever made. I don't know exactly how long, but it's crazy. So,
the custom maps one was the longest. I think it was like 2.5 hours or something. This
you're right,
was
it might have been.
Yeah, alright.
And I see a floating flag. That's very interesting. He is giving a rally point, and the flag is hovering in midair. Because you know how the flag just shoots down to the ground when you give a rally point? This one's just hovering in midair because it's paused. That's really quite entertaining.
At 10 seconds.
At the 10-second mark.
At 10-second mark.
Yes, sorry, we didn't have to mention that. We are paused at the 10-second mark on this replay. Vitensby versus Need More Manpower. Unpausing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Unpaused. We are watching Vitensby here on the Allied side and Need More Manpower on the Axis, and we can see everything. Oh, it's so nice. So we've got a 2 Pioneer start off the bat here. Is he producing another? Doesn't look like it. He's got 2 Pioneers instead of 3.
Yeah, he's just going with the typical Samoa opening for Axis. He's not fast building his Fairmont quarters, so he's going to pretty much be getting a Volk squad first. Typical capping order. I believe, from my memory, he's going to do a Samoa pin on me. My strategy, which me and Cepha kind of developed back in 1.2 on Samoa, would be it actually works best with fast motor pool. It requires you to secure that +5 fuel and then harass the Axis fuel very early on. You'll see me go gung-ho for that. I think it worked a little bit better in 1.2 because, well, it was always Tier 3 in that particular patch, so that particular fuel point was pretty much key to delaying Tier 3 spam coming out on the field. So I guess right now that's what's going through my mind. It's what I've been doing. It works pretty effectively. Just the worst thing that'll happen to you is that you get your rifles suppressed, really, your first squad.
All right, so we have a very similar strategy so far. Both sides have we have rifles and Volks out right now, and 2 Engineers and 2 Pioneers. And I'm trying to figure out where we're going to see our first major thing. As you can see, Vitensby is going for the fuel on the far left here. A very common strategy to send your engineer out to secure the strap point over here and use your next built units, whether it's another engineer squad or a rifle squad, to get the connecting strap point. And that allows you to get there earlier. We have a bike coming out and a jeep coming out. Wow, very mirror strategies so far for these 2 players. But it looks like we are going to have a run-in right here at the 16 fuel point. So let's see how things go.
Yeah, my strategy is always to run my first rifle squad into that building. I was a bit caught off guard that he was actually sending his first Volk squad to cap on the left. I'm just trying to... One of the things you can do with the jeep, which I'm not exactly doing that effectively, because I was a bit caught off guard, is you can push Volks and Pioneers off the capping point, but
and they'll stop capping, right?
And they'll stop capping, right?
That needs to be fixed too. That's just another one of those stupid micro bugs that really shouldn't exist.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not blaming you for using it, but it's still just, I mean, there's no reason for it to be there. It's just a stupid bug. And there's no logical reason why you should be able to, with a Jeep, deny them to cap something. Unless you've actually killed them with the Jeep. That's the only reason I should see. Anyway, so, go on.
Yeah, I was just a bit caught off that he actually went for the left. Most Axis players send their first squad in the center and will try to do a Samoa pin on you and use their Volks to wire off your bridge and throw an MG into that building. That's what I normally encounter. This was one of those games where he kind of threw me a curveball. Unfortunately for him, he didn't really complete the Samoa pin on the right, which I'm not quite sure why the hell he didn't do that, but I know he finishes it shortly afterwards. Kind of camping the buildings at this point, and just microing my Jeep against those.
Ooh, very close. That was a risk that he took leaving it there, but you got him.
Yeah, that was a lucky kill on my part. If that would have been capped, then I don't know. He definitely would have had quite a significant munitions income at that point. And so I believe I'm going to basically do what I used to do, which is just go straight for the fuel at this point. I think if you go get a Jeep first or a Jeep second, it's really important to just go all around the map and try to hunt pioneers or to
it really adds
double
versatility.
up with your rifles.
Definitely.
Yeah, and this was actually an armor company strategy, so you would, and with motor pool. I haven't quite adapted it, I think, to the new patch, but it still works pretty nicely because you can, decap. Now he's going to lose everything on the left. You need the Jeep there for scouting so you don't get suppressed by an MG, and I believe he's going to be building an MG and deploying it.
He's actually deployed an MG to the middle into the building just north of the church, or north/east of the church, north of the middle victory point, which is a very good place to put a machine gun if you're on the south. If you're down here where the Allies are right now, that's a great spot to put a machine gun, because not only does it cover the approach over near this munitions point, it covers the northern approach as well, and covers anything that is actually trying to capture the victory point itself. So it really gives you a great position if you're on the south. If you're on the north, it also gives you a decent position to just prevent anybody from getting anywhere but inside of that church.
Exactly. I'm just kind of biding my time. If you look at the rifle squad that's in that building, that little building is actually stronger than the church from that angle if you're firing out. So it will normally win one-on-one against the church. That little building's pretty, you could say,
oh, interesting. Yeah, because it looks like, as far as I can tell, the church only has the one or maybe two windows to actually shoot at it, whereas I think that building has 3 to shoot at the church, which is interesting. The rifle squad's still getting hit, but the machine gun is at very long range, and that's a stone building, if I'm not... Yeah, that's definitely stone building, so it provides the highest level of building cover.
Right.
Meanwhile, we did lose the fuel point in the north here, but you certainly dropped it for a good while, long enough to, force your enemy to have to spend a lot of resources to go and reclaim it.
Right, and that's the whole point of that strategy. It also throws Axis, takes the pressure off the center, and doesn't really allow them to Samoa pin all that well. Yeah, the engineer pathing totally freaking owned me right there.
Yeah, I don't understand. They're getting suppressed behind a building. That's kind of not happy times.
And also that little corner where the riflemen are is kind of a blind spot, and I believe at this point I have grenades as well. Usually it's 3 or maybe 4 squads, and then grenades depending on how the situation's going, or skip grenades altogether sometimes.
Ooh, actually that was a good place to throw a grenade. He expected you to throw it in the building, and he had it right in front of the door. Very nice, tricky move there. That's something I gotta try. He's got another good place for a machine gun. Well, actually, I wouldn't say that's a great place for a machine gun squad. If you put it inside that building, you get a little bit more cover, and I'm pretty sure that building can fire in at least 2 directions that it need to be firing at. Actually, can't that little wooden building fire in all 4 directions?
Not sure.
I see 4
to be
windows.
honest,
No, I think maybe 4.
I got the crawl bug on those engineers. If you look, they're freaking crawl bug.
Oh,
right now.
good.
They were. The way to fix that is usually to click into cover, and he has a flamer engineer.
Oh, really?
In that
You click
building.
into cover and they'll get back up. That's an interesting... I didn't know that. That's a good fix.
I thought at this point I was doing pretty decently. I mean, he didn't pin me. I had my side of the map down. Most of the time, the game's pretty much over right here. To be honest, Axis isn't able to push in because I have grenades, and I'm just occupying all the buildings, just waiting right now. But he ends up making quite a push into the center. Really, the MP40's kind of changed the dynamic. There's a couple Stalingrad-like battles in this replay, because as you can see right now, he's building his Krieg barracks, so it's going to be a mass infantry strategy. I screamed at myself afterwards for not throwing a grenade. I guess I just wasn't paying attention, but that would have been a really nice kill right there. Probably would have taken.
Well, he was moving him. It would have been really hard to get a grenade to land exactly where he was moving to. You probably had a good chance of getting a bunch of them, but you weren't going to get like a super kill with a grenade if he was keeping him moving like that. That's one of the things about the grenades. As long as you've got your squads continually moving, it's pretty hard to get a really nice grenade in on him.
Yeah, and you can see he has the Comcraft Center up. Does he have his first Grenadier squad out? Not yet. I'm not sure if he gets Veterancy first or if he gets a Grenadier squad, but I do recall him upgrading his... If you see the Jeep, how it just ran through like a motorbike, 2 Volk squads, the MG guys that can shoot while you're moving.
Yeah.
Took like no damage. That's kind of what I was talking about, that Volks might need a little bit of a buff against the Jeep. It just seems to be a...
Yeah, because the bike gets owned. Anytime I try to get the bike to just run through, and I'm like, maybe I'll use the speed to get out of there. No. It dies in 2 seconds.
Yeah, so he's upgrading level 1 Veterancy right now, and I believe he's getting a Grenadier squad, although it may be a half-track.
So,
map control looks pretty good for me at this point, huh?
Yeah,
I got
definitely.
freaking the entire map. How does he turn the tide? I don't know. Is it the IMBA Veterancy? Can you even call it that? No.
Or does Vitensby screw up so bad? I mean, what is this guy? Oh, he's got a flamer there. A couple of engineer squads, one with a flamer. Probably a good idea to back those off, but he's now got, actually, this is a very... Right here, he's going to totally own these rifles if they don't move.
Yeah. 3 Pioneers and a Grenadier squad. Nice.
Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh! It did nothing.
Yeah.
That was unlucky. That should have done
quarter.
a lot more damage. Or maybe they were just outside of the really high damage radius. I don't know.
I thought he was going to charge me a little bit closer, because Pioneers really do good damage really up close, right when you're next to him. But whatever, I took off a quarter health off of each one of the Pioneers, so I guess I was happy for 25 munitions.
But he looks like he's starting to... He already has cut you off. Wow, his Volk squad's cut you off from the entire left side of the map.
I'm doing a flank on the MG down there in the middle.
Flank's always good.
And, it's good that he has 3 Pioneers, because he has such good capping power right now that although I took pretty much the entire map, he can take it back very quickly with what he has, and that's exactly what he has.
He's got the Grenadier squad, or unless that's the Volks Grenadier squad. Is that Volks? I can't. Yeah, that's okay. That's the Volks. He's got the Grenadier squad, 2 Grenadier squads now. He just pulled out another one, and 3 Pioneers and a machine gun, which he's managed to come back from. He's also got another Volk squad, it looks like, in this building next to the high munitions. We got a battle going on in the middle, and you got bars. But it didn't change the middle game right there. It looked like they were in heavy cover, so they were hanging out.
Yeah, they weren't really being pinned. The squad was pretty much down to half out. So this is pretty much what you always do, right? Against Tier 2, you get bars, right? I mean, am I wrong?
Yeah, and it looks like it's owning him right there. Wow. He lost those guys real quick. He's about to lose another if that Jeep can turn around. Nope, not quite enough time.
And I typically see, if you notice, one of the Grenadier squads as a Panzerschreck, the one that's decapping the strap point.
Yep.
And that's a pretty common thing to do, because you'll expect, a motor pool or tanks or
Wow,
just
that's
something.
a lot of units to HQ.
Yeah, no comment. They're all engineers, pretty much, in riflemen. I don't know, I can't see how many... I'm pretty short on manpower, I would imagine, at this point.
245, it looks like. I think you might be saving for something.
Yeah, either that or I'm a noob and microing my rifleman a little too much in the center. But,
That's not good. A machine gun in the building there. Is it going to be able to hit the Jeep? It is! Jeep's turning around, booking it. just barely gets out with its skin. I love to put a mortar in this graveyard here. Gives them heavy cover, and wow, finishing off the Jeep with a Panzer Shrek.
Here's where Inspired Assault is really great. That MG is getting it in the building, and then the Grenadiers.
Look at all those freaking guns flying through the air.
Yeah,
the Grenadiers firing rapid fire. He's like, this is Duke Nukem here, but he's retreating it, which is actually a good idea. Oh no, Inspired Assault Volks charging in with MP40s. That has gotta hurt.
And I lose a squad.
More Volks. He's doing a good job of retreating his squads just at the last minute when he needs to. Doesn't matter if they're getting murdered. They're doing murdering too. Look at this. Jeez.
Yep.
We're getting murdered here. No, you're killing them. Shut up.
And this is just a typical, like, terror Grenadier spam. At this point, he knows he has an advantage, so I don't know, maybe he gets level 2 veterancy. Yeah, he's getting level 2 veterancy.
So what do you think could have stopped this? Could a weapon support center helped you?
Well, that's kind of what I inferred from games like this, that a weapon support center start against someone that plans on doing this, and this is their mainstay strategy, is actually quite effective.
Well, what about maybe if it wasn't a weapon support center start? What if you got it after a barracks? What if, due to this system now that the Grenadiers have become more powerful, maybe it's just better to go for a weapon support center and use it in combination with a barracks now? Maybe that's a better strategy.
I would agree with that, and I tried that as well. It's just really hard. Allied MGs just don't tend to do enough damage against the Grenadiers and or Stormtroopers for that matter. Sometimes, like we had talked about on the show, that this could actually be... I think it's more effective with Blitz, to be honest, but... yeah, it just seems to me that weapon support center, if you're switching mid-game, maybe you can use it as like a support center with an MG here or there, but the problem is riflemen you keep on reinforcing your rifle squads, so you would really have... I think weapon support center and riflemen are kind of polar opposites when it comes to it. You're spending all your early manpower reinforcing your rifle squads over and over and over again, so to switch to weapon support center and devote 500 manpower to it's a bit hard to swallow. Okay, Grenadier grenade, look at the damage.
Wow.
Well,
and that's after your squad got out of the building. That was weird. Or maybe only a couple of them got out of the building. Oh man, that Panzer Shrek hit the building so hard the guy fell out the other side.
Here's another Grenadier grenade. And I took off like 3/4 of the health on that squad right there.
Oh man, they're getting murdered in there.
Pretty much.
Get away from the windows, guys! Away from the windows! Wow! That was a big boon for him.
Yeah, and you can see he has Panzer Shreks on some of his Grenadiers. I do believe he gets LMGs as well, which if you put Grenadiers with LMGs in buildings, they're pretty damn powerful.
I think what might have actually worked is if you've got Bard Riflemen, and, ooh, they're a nice kill. But if you've got Bard Riflemen, and you went Weapon Support Center, and you didn't go for necessarily a machine gun, what if you went for a couple of snipers to back it up? You've got Bard Riflemen that can take out a bike that tries to hunt down the sniper. I mean, the Bard Rifleman will own the bike real quick.
I hope you're not missing these grenades by the strap point, by the munitions point.
No, I was actually looking at the other one. What's going on over here?
Well, one grenade took out 3 of my riflemen and pretty much took off half health off the engineers with the other grenade.
Wow, so the Grenadier grenades, you think, actually got changed based on this?
They might have gotten changed. And he has level 2 veterancy. He's breaking the wire right now, as you can see, to basically just do the natural progression, push on my side. I'm getting a Sherman, which at this point I feel is pretty much the only thing I can do, and use it in a supporting role. But because level 2 veterancy, like we had talked about on the show when I was discussing the strategy, it's just grenades and bars. They just don't seem to do what they used to do. It seems like Grenadiers are more or less on par with Riflemen, and if they have LMGs, if you don't have the ability to just free suppress every squad and pin every squad, it's kind of a problem. Maybe strategies like this is why bars were originally a little bit overpowered.
Right. Well, I think the problem was when I was watching in the middle, it wasn't just that the grenadiers were like, destroying you. It was the fact that even if you were suppressing the grenadiers, the machine gun in the background was destroying you at the same time. That was the major issue, because you can't suppress the machine gun in the building in that position.
Yeah, true.
So that was just really good positioning on his part to keep his grenadiers and keep his fighting in range of that church.
True. We have level 3 veterans who just got upgraded on all of his.
Did you ever consider getting a 50 cal on this Sherman?
I'm upgrading it right now.
Oh, okay. I can't see it.
I always upgrade that, especially when I see tier 2. When I saw that bunker, I knew he was going to upgrade it to a medic station immediately. Unfortunate for him, I think that was a little ambitious. I think he really thought that I didn't have a tank depot or any way of flushing it out, but I'm pretty sure. Am I not upgrading that Sherman, or what's going on?
I don't see an upgrade, but I don't know if you can see upgrades. I think you can, but I don't see it.
I'm not sure. But he is upgrading the medic bunker. Unfortunately, he just doesn't have anything there to take advantage of it. And I know that I have to get rid of that. I can't get out of my base right now. So I'm willing to sacrifice a Sherman just to get rid of that. I don't care if I lose, the Sherman. Some of my friends were bitching me. They're like, he's got a Panzerschreck. Why the hell didn't you just keep on moving, right? I'm like, I didn't want my Sherman to miss one freaking shot. Like, I want to take it out as soon as possible, and hopefully I can, move up the look at all the riflemen I have in my base that are just waiting to charge out.
Yep, and you're already moving them right as the machine gun has had to leave.
And here comes Stalingrad.
Yeah, look at this.
Here.
Holy crap. If he had a machine gun, and he does
have a machine gun. Grenadier grenade kills 4 guys.
Wow.
Although, albeit bunched up.
That tank's trying to get... Oh, no, the main gun got destroyed. There it goes. I can't believe you got so lucky with that Sherman, though. The first 2 or 3 Panzerschrecks all did about... look at all these guys crawling here. The first 2 or 3 Panzerschrecks did basically no damage. You got really lucky on the penetrations there.
Yeah, I think it was that maybe a couple AT shots that really finished off that Sherman. But that was a lucky breakthrough.
Oh, I see the AT gun now. Yeah, I mean, you just had so many squads. You sent them in all directions instead of retreating. That actually worked out. A lot of times that didn't look like it was necessarily going to work once you got the machine gun pinning them all.
I probably lost a good 500-600 manpower there as well, but I had to get out of my base, right?
Well, but you did a lot of damage. I saw, he had a lot of grenadiers that he had to retreat. You killed at least half of his squads, half of each of his squad of grenadiers. And now you've got tons of capping power, even if they're all barely functional.
If I would say anything he could have done better, I think earlier earlier half-track or an earlier medic bunker, just one or the other, or better yet, both, can definitely really turn the tide, especially now that he has level 3 veterancy. I mean, Grenadiers only have 4 man in the squad, so you kill one, they're down a fourth of their strength.
But with level 3, they gain 20% health. Or is it 15?
At least
I think it's 20.
It's 20. Yeah, these guys are pretty beefy. And, unfortunately I wasn't able to save my... He's about a 1.5 away from a Tiger Ace, so I know this at this point because I know he went Terror, so I have to be really careful because I really have no counter for it. I mean, one Sherman, come on. Not against the Tiger Ace.
Yeah, what you need, there's no motor pool, so you can't get AT guns, the almighty super Tiger killers.
Exactly.
And we've got the upgraded 50 cal, which actually, it's underrated. A lot of people, it's a great thing. It kills infantry really quick. Everybody only just hates it because sometimes it's just really chance whether that thing is actually going to survive to do damage during the battle. In this case, it's working out really well, and I think most of the time it works out really well, but people just don't like it because it's a gamble sometimes. That's it. Destroy everything in France. Nobody's going to live here anymore after you, go through. Just run over everything. That fence isn't going to be important. We're going to turn this whole place into like a field or something anyway.
Exactly.
Stupid Sherman driver.
I got. If you look at the rifleman squad that's by the hay bales where the grenadier squad's capping, you got the crawl bug again with the.
Oh wow! Yeah, look at him go. Oh, he got up. Oh, there he goes.
There he goes again.
That's Superman in World War II. He's just crawling as fast as he can.
And I have supply drops, so I did pick up an MG. And so your comment about is it effective against this strategy? Well, you'll kind of see it, albeit maybe this was a bit late. MGs do help out quite a lot, and that's one of the reasons.
Oh, you did
why
go
I like
airborne. I forgot you even picked a doctrine here, or a company.
Yeah,
right?
I did
So
go
now you
airborne.
can have the counter for
yeah,
a
I do
Tiger.
have paradrop JTs, but these grenadiers are just unbelievable.
Oh
strong.
no!
Inspired
assault with 4 of them there. They even got him while he was retreating.
Yeah, I think that was more or less a waste of munitions, but I think he thought that there was going to be a big something coming up. And here's the power of the MG against this strategy. It suppressed all of his squads.
Yeah,
so
he had him moving en masse, which is now going to hurt him if he can hit really hard with that tank.
you can notice I'm taking advantage that Shermans can really shoot pretty far, so you have to be careful.
And
not
look!
go too close
The
to
Sherman isn't able to run over any of the infantry.
Well, he's actually, I think he's retreating, so they're invulnerable to that. And the gunner got killed. GG gunner.
Yeah, but at least it took about half health before he got killed, and he didn't just die like, 10 seconds into the battle.
Yeah. And he's half a point from a Tiger Ace at this point. Had he killed a little bit more and I killed a little bit less, I think he could have rolled out with a Tiger Ace. Or had he OP'd his fuel, which he hasn't done. I think the lack of Tier 4 also, it might have been a decent idea to get a tank. Then again, it doesn't really flow that well with this strategy to build a Panzer Command, unless you're already really winning. You'll notice he's reinforcing from his Wehrmacht quarters. That's a really good thing to do. Most people, they just retreat to their HQ and just sit at their HQ and reinforce there. But really, you want to move them to your barracks because they can get back faster on the field and reinforce there.
Well, yeah, but he's not actually reinforcing at the Wehrmacht. He's still within the radius of the HQ, which is why he's able to reinforce, right?
No, you can reinforce at the barracks, weapon support center, Wehrmacht quarters. I'm pretty sure you can do it at the Krieg barracks as well. Maybe not the Krieg barracks, but yeah. You can reinforce at all those.
I always thought it was just
You know
because
that,
I was within the HQ zone, so you could still reinforce.
Yeah.
That's an interesting.
It's really. I'm just doing a recon flight right now because I want to make sure he doesn't have Tier 4. And he's getting a mortar, which is pretty much the only counter. If he's in Tier 4, he could get a Stuka, which can be useful, but I think his munitions might be better spent somewhere else. Level 2 Veteran Sea Rifle Squad, pretty much, I'm not sure the health, but it was by that car, pretty much got chewed up almost instantaneously.
Well, there was 2 squads there, to be fair. And it wasn't, from what I could see, it was not in heavy cover, either because the car got destroyed or it was just out of the range of heavy cover, which was something I was like, geez, it looks like they're in heavy cover, but I don't see the shield at all.
Yeah. More gunner and Shermans. That's kind of my new favorite friend. Getting a Croc against this can be nice, but this was just a bad attack in general here. This was a total waste of time, but shit happens.
Alright, we're going to show our ass to the enemy and see what happens.
But it's really important to keep your Shermans alive against a strategy like this. Because eventually tanks are going to come out, and if you lose too many Shermans, it's particularly bad against Blitz because they have cloaked stormtroopers like I was talking about on the show, and they can just uncloak right away. I think this is where the that inspired assault thing where the guy with one grenadier shoots like, well, there's one point where this one grenadier like shoots like he's on auto fire, just goes over and over again. Not sure when that happens though. It's all quiet.
All quiet on the Western Front. We got one Grenadier squad on the north here, but you're short on capping power at this point. It looks like you got your one Engineer squad running around trying to cap the points that you lost on the right-hand side, but
true.
You actually don't have much on defense. You've got one bar squad and the machine gun squad that's just moved buildings.
Yeah, at this point he does have 600 manpower, but he's about a quarter point away from a Tiger Ace, so he's just saving up so the next battle he can call it in immediately, which is hopefully going to turn the tide for him is what he's hoping.
Let's see what Vitensby can
if you look
see
at
here.
If you look at the VPs, 215 for me, I believe.
Yep.
and 290 for him. So it's been a pretty close VP game. And there's that damn AT again.
Yeah, hiding back there. HMG setting up. Is it going to be useful? Yes. Takes out one Grenadier right away. Probably going to pin the squad here on the next barrage. There's the pin. And forces him to retreat. Grenadiers cost quite a bit. There's a third kill. I mean, you may think that, you know, you lost a lot of riflemen, but Grenadiers cost a lot more to reinforce. I think it's something along the lines of 30, isn't it? I think Volks are 28. I think Grenadiers are like 30, 32 or something like that. I don't know why Volks cost so much more to reinforce. It's kind of a weird balance thing, but
agreed. Yeah, he definitely needs a half track with this strategy. That would help out a lot because the Sherman can't really kill the half track that well when the Grenadiers around it are completely shreked. You know, full up on Shreks. Shreked. Well, they're full up on Shreks, and if he can pop an Inspired Assault, or even a For the Fatherland, I mean, and here comes the Tiger Ace.
He's still playing in your backfield with the taking the points here, so he's got a good victory point lead on you here, so he's going to try and drain him any way he can.
Yep. And we'll see how the Tiger Ace works out for him. I think at this point, I do have enough to counter it. I mean, I got 3 tanks plus I'm airborne, so that should be enough, right? I mean,
you're airborne. That's all that's required. You're airborne with 600 manpower.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Lay a mine over
Not
there.
Quite.
That was unlucky. Not that it would have done much against Grenadiers level 3 veterans, anyways.
You might have got one.
What's funny is you see that AT gun on the bridge?
Yeah.
It completely owned the pathing of the Tiger Ace, I think. So, like, he can't go across the bridge.
Oh, because the Tiger Ace just stopped, you mean?
That's my explanation for why the Tiger Ace is just sitting there, unless he called it into that point, which I'm not entirely sure of. But we'll see.
There's a lot of back and forth here. I can't believe these guys are just... You guys are just crazy. Yeah, he's finally moving it, and now the Tiger Ace is going. Here it's crushing.
Yeah.
Again, we're not going to need fences or anything. People aren't going to fall in the water, you know, after
children,
1945.
think about the children, Tiger Ace driver. Think about the children.
What the heck is that mortar shooting at? Let's destroy all the graves. Let's just... We hate the French! Damn
well, I
it.
had an MG there, but
okay.
I redeployed it. And here comes Tiger Ace. Let's see what it can do.
Our front lines are collapsing.
I think he's might be making a mistake here. He's sending the Tiger Ace in semi-alone. Because he's got, you know, his Shrek Grenadiers way over here. He's got another couple Shrek Grenadiers he's got playing in your backfield. I think he's sort of wise to not keep it, you know, really tight in the middle. If he was, you know, keep it near a machine gun building, I think would help him the most.
Yeah,
Just
definitely.
keep it in a position to escape very quickly.
I think he needed to cut his losses and reinforce the center at this point and take a good defensive position. I don't think being overly aggressive with the Tigers. Okay, that building right there, the one on the upper left, is just freaking invulnerable to tanks, it seems. It's taken like 7 or 8 shots from the Tiger Ace. It's at like 2% health, and it's not dying. And you can see he was really counting on that thing dying. I mean, I think it finally died, or is it still alive? I think it's still alive, isn't it?
It's still alive. The machine gunner in the top building there that the Tiger Ace was shooting at?
Yeah. Here's 4 upgun Shermans.
Uh-oh. You'd think up-oh anyway.
Yeah. Little psychological.
And look at this, the
warfare
tank.
never ended.
Look at this Sherman driving through everything. Man.
Yeah.
Freaking Americans and Germans, they have no respect for the French.
Yeah, my micro is just was not on par at this point of the game.
But then again, neither was his. He was showing, you know. Is he popping smoke?
But you... No, I'm not. It's the mortars. He's
the
dropping
mortars.
Oh, now I know why that Tiger Ace was freaking invulnerable. He was dropping smoke on it. That's what I was like, what the hell? Why is this thing still alive?
Ah.
And there's me rear-shotting my tank because I'm so pro. I'm like, screw
And he's
this.
got his grenadiers in the
It's
wrong
AT
place.
time.
Oh, man. Did that
Strafing run,
strafing run just completely miss the grenadiers? It shot everything except for them?
I wasn't aiming for that. I was aiming for the AT gun, which I killed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't care about that. I just didn't want an AT problem. I think 4 Sherman. Look again, more rear shots. God, it's so embarrassing.
Well, I think again he got the Tiger, syndrome, TS, where he's just like, I have the biggest, baddest tank on the block. I'm gonna send my infantry far and wide to cap everything I want, and it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, I don't think he was expecting 4 Shermans, especially because 2 of those Shermans I don't think had even left my base at that point. I think I had just got the 3rd Sherman when I saw the Tiger Ace, and I was waiting. Here's where the Grenadier on crack is. Alright, here he is, right there where the Sherman is on the right. Shoot, you bastard, I know that you're shooting. Come on.
Inspired assault, holy crap.
There it is.
Holy crap!
You see it?
And then he retreated it. He could have kept going, he would have been able to kill you!
One more shot and it would have died.
Yeah.
For sure.
Here comes the inspired assault mortars to finish off the Sherman, right?
Well, there's another Grenadier squad by the... again, this is why he needs a half-track, really, to reinforce in the field so he doesn't have to go back to his base. I think that was a huge critical error. And if anything, it would have forced me to hit the half-track in most of these cases. So I'm just repairing my stuff casually, being like, all right, I got this in the bag, right? I can't possibly lose this.
Well, now you're taking the victory point lead now by about 10 victory points. You're holding the middle and the left.
And damage engine. Will I get the 5% save?
200 points.
Let's see.
Well, he's still got the main gun. He could do some major damage here if he gets... No. Wow, it actually took him out.
Yep.
I'm just so surprised.
Shrek accuracy has been buffed, so I think I had a little bit of an advantage. That's why I have 3 Engies in my base. Maybe it's even 4 Engies. No, I think it's 3 Engies.
I see 3, yeah.
Yeah, the repair crew. But he does have a Tiger Ace that's going to charge my base in a second and completely change that dynamic.
So when did you lose the AT gun up here? Did they take it with Grenadiers?
It was the mortar.
Oh, the mortar got
killed it. Yeah. This is pretty common. I mean, he knew most of my tanks, if not all of them, are weak. And I guess he felt it was a good trade-off if he could kill. If you look at the health on them, I believe 2 of them are pretty much dead.
2 of them are full right now, and unfortunately the double vet one is the one that's the weakest.
Yeah.
How did it get a damaged engine right there? You got a sticky bomb on?
Yeah. Always have stickies against Tigers. Do you hear that, Bridger? You hear a firestorm coming?
I do hear a firestorm. Oh no! The poor engineers! No! God, it's the humanity! Oh no! Right on your tanks too. It's actually doing a little bit of damage to help out.
Yeah, I'm just trying to hold him into place so I can AT drop right behind him. And plus I have the Shrek. The Panzer Shrek really turned the tide of that battle.
Oh wow,
yeah.
yeah.
You can see those 2 Shermans are gonna die. I mean, there's no way they were gonna take that out.
Yeah, you saved your double vet one, but only barely. It's got to be repaired here.
Yeah, his Tiger Ace Micro obviously isn't perfect. He's not even shooting at this point, but
he's picking the right targets. Here it goes. On the very weak one. No! Stop just in time. Saved by the bell and the amazing, awesome abilities of this green and now double veterancy AT crew. What do you have to say for yourself, boys? We just shot the tank. Thank you, boys. That's all.
Yeah, but at this point, he just spent 2,000 manpower one after the other, so he's really low on capping power, as you can see.
Yeah, he's got a mortar.
He's got a mortar and
a Panzer and a Grenadier squad.
Grenadiers.
Wow, that's it. I believe that's what they call GG. What the heck happened to the rest of his Grenadier squads? Did he really lose them?
I think Inspired Assault finally owned him.
I didn't even see them die. I was too busy watching the base rush. That's interesting.
Yeah, and that's exactly why you need a medic bunker when you do this strategy. Think of how many free squads he could have got throughout this game if he had a medic bunker in a solid position. They're really. I thought he was gonna, like, you see the lag grace thing. I thought he was gonna drop trick me, but he didn't end up doing that. He took the loss and got his replay on TOH.
That's right. Drop trickers don't make it on Tales of Heroes, you guys. That's just so you know.
drop tricking doesn't pay.
Except when it does. I mean, no, it actually doesn't, because you'll get banned. And then you'll have to buy a new game. GG.
Exactly.
There's nothing that hurts a drop tricker more than kicking him in the wallet. What the hell did this used to be? It got destroyed.
What are you looking at?
I'm looking at the thing next to your machine gun at the north. Just like a pile of rubble. I don't remember that looking like that before. Did that used to be a building? Or something? Before the tiger came crashing through? And wow!
Pile of rubble.
I don't know. North of your barracks. Directly north.
Oh, north of my barracks.
Right next to the
that
machine
was
gun
a
nest.
yeah. That was a taco stand, I think.
Oh, right. I forgot they had the taco stand on the right. Forgot about the taco stand. This is why the taco stand is over. Okay, that joke's getting old. So, yeah, this is pretty much over right here.
I think switching. He doesn't have the munitions nor the map control to get more grenadiers, but I don't know if a tiger race was the smartest thing at this point. I think that's kind of like you had mentioned before, like tiger syndrome. And he's definitely got it, but we'll see. Replay's pretty much over, but
we can watch the cool graphics as the tank drop. Oh, it stopped. Come on, let me find a better tank. There it is. I can't click on it though. Dang it. Let me click. I want to watch the tiger go to follow its doom. Here it comes.
I think he was thinking to base rush me again. I don't know.
Maybe it'll work this time. Wow, actually, I can't believe he missed twice with his tiger there.
I think tigers miss more when they're moving.
Well, I think everything misses more when it's moving, but you mean specifically?
Well, like really badly.
Gotcha.
Like Panzer IV pre-patch 1.5 type bad.
Gotcha. Uh-oh, double vet upgun Sherman flanking to the left. / right, depending upon your orientation. Or wait, no, that's not right. Here comes another. Oh man, this is bad news for this tank. Gunner's eye view we have here. Only available at Tales of Heroes. He's getting really unlucky with that dang tiger. I haven't seen it get a dang penetration in the last dang minute or two. Dang.
Yeah, exactly.
But I can't even count the number of times that he's been retreating those dang Panzer Shreks, man.
He still had pretty good map control. Not really pretty good map control. He had enough VPs to not do what he just did, and I think just to rush his tiger out there again.
Oh, okay.
Well, he just rushed his tiger out there again. I think if he would have maybe tried to sit back a little bit.
The enemy is down to 100 points.
Alright, so let's see what things look like now that I'm done playing around. The tiger is surrounded again. AT guns positioned in various locales. Grenadiers pinned versus riflemen. Are we going to see a grenade, or are these guys just going to keep fighting? Oh, let's play back over. He quit at that point. He basically knew it was over. He lost the tiger here.
Yeah.
The dead Hulk.
His inability to kill my Shermans after that first one that saved me pretty much.
Saved you bacon?
Yeah, I don't know. If a good thing with defensive doctrine is to put a bunker there and then put a 88 somewhere around the church, or actually maybe even a little closer. It's pretty deadly. There was another replay I was considering where the guy completely destroyed my base with an 88. I had to build my barracks behind my HQ type destroyed your base.
Oh wow.
So I ended up breaking out of that. I think it's actually my replays pack, which I released.
I've seen 88s do that. I was actually way over here capping the high munitions point in the south there, and the guy had an 88. He was on the south, and he had an 88 like across the river, like near his base somewhere, and I just out of the nowhere it was firing at me. I'm like, what the hell? It was able to fire almost all the way to the church, so any tanks I had there I had to back up. It was really powerful, you know, because across that river you can't exactly charge it with infantry.
Exactly. Airborne is pretty much the best hard counter to the 88. You know, you can satchel it.
Which is sort of ironic, Considering the 88 is supposed to be able to take
Yeah,
out planes.
Exactly. Yeah, you can satchel it and recrew it. I'm not sure. I think the satchel will pretty much completely destroy it, almost. But and
Pretty much completely destroy it, almost. I like that.
Well, it's been a long day. Two-part episode here. Recorded half of it in the morning, half of it at night.
Don't give away our secrets. All right. So
that's
that's the
all
show,
good.
I believe. That
is the show.
Endgame. And I must say, one of our better ones. So, thank you guys for tuning in to Tales of Heroes number 24 here, the video replay review. Please do tell some friends, won't you, about the show. And here's a brand new thing I'd like for you guys to do. Go to dig.com, that's digg.com, and do a search in the podcast section for Tales of Heroes. It should be up there by now. What I want you to do is register for dig.com and dig our show. Or if you already have a dig account, go ahead and dig the show. What it is, it's basically a promotional tool for us. It's, you get to vote by clicking in what's called digging for news posts that you like, or for podcasts, or for videos. So, it's a very popular user-aggregated site. So check it out, digg.com, dig.com. It's actually something I go to every day. It's got a lot of really cool stuff there. And if you're into technology, I think you'll definitely like it anyways, but also go there. Register, takes 20 seconds, and dig Tales of Heroes. Thanks, you guys. Send your video replay reviews, feedback, questions, and comments to talesof@tsncentral.com. Talesof, TALESOF, @tsncentral.com. Also, don't forget that this broadcast is brought to you by Typefrag.com, leader in Ventrilo providing Ventrilo servers to the masses. Typefrag has a number of plans, from 5 or 10-man servers all the way up to 200. So definitely check them out at typefrag.com, typefrag.com. Also provided by Insomnia365.com. That's basically the best dedicated game server hosting service you can possibly get out there. Insomnia365.com lets you do what you want with your game server. It's yours and yours alone. Nobody else shares it with you. You can upload and play whatever games you want. It's great. Check them out at Insomnia365.com. This is Bridger for Vitensby, signing off.
TSN, the Team Sportscast Network.
This broadcast is copyrighted 2006 by the Team Sportscast Network. Any copying, reproduction, redistribution, modification, rebroadcasting of any kind or any manner is expressly prohibited without the written permission of the Team Sportscast Network, LLC.